Hey guys, welcome to Play to Earn Meta. So today I'm going to be talking about Pegaxy and I will try to explain to you what this game is all about. So in this game you have to race horses which are called Pegas, and these Pegas are supposedly descendants of Pegasus, a mythical divine horse with wings from the ancient Greek mythology, except this game is set into the future, so these horses are mechanical and futuristic. And to be honest, they look quite sick. But for the sake of simplicity, I will talk about this game as if it's a horse racing metaverse, because you can buy horses, you can breed them, you can race them to earn tokens, and you can even rent them out to other players for a set fee or a share of the profits, which is the equivalent of scholarships in Axie Infinity, except in this game it's all automated. So the play to earn aspect is also very similar to Axie Infinity in the sense that you have two main crypto tokens. The governing token is called PGX, which is like the equivalent of AXS in Axie Infinity, and you also have this, which is the equivalent of SLP. Now you can rent or sell horses for PGX, but the main token that you can actually earn by playing the game and winning races is called this. So the most important question, how do you start earning in this game? Well, there's two, or I should say three routes that you can take. If you have no money to invest, you can try to find a scholarship. Right now, many big gaming guilds are looking to expand from Axie Infinity into Pegaxy, and they will give you a horse to race with for free for a percentage split of the in-game token this. Meaning that you will have to play the game with your manager's horse that they will give you through an automated rental system that is readily available on the website. So also once the rental time expires, the horse will return to the owner automatically. And this rental is incredible in my opinion, because in Axie Infinity a manager would have to create a separate account for you and actually gift you Axies, and then that manager would also have to manually pay you, and you have to hope and pray that they'll actually give you the amount of SLP you're owed and that they just don't just kick you out with nothing. But in Pegaxy it's all automated, so you can play under your own account and the funds will automatically be delivered to you. You don't even need to interact with your manager, or if you're a manager you don't have to interact with your scholar if you don't want to. It's all fast, convenient, and super easy. In fact, you can go to their marketplace right now and try to rent a horse for free. The problem is the slots are getting taken very fast, so it's very difficult unless you talk to a manager beforehand. Usually scholarships in this game do a 80 to 20% split between the manager and the scholar. But right now, even if you only get 20% of the revenue as a scholar, you still stand to make a lot more money than in Axie Infinity. And the gameplay is also incredibly easy, as you simply have to click a few buttons every few hours, watch your horse race, and hope that you get lucky and win as many times as possible. I think a lot of people are confused as to why would anyone play a game that has no gameplay, a game that is pretty much all automated, a game where you start the race against 11 other horses and you simply have to watch and have no influence over it, and you can only hope that you can win. But think about it like this, guys. You are simply watching horses race, and you are invested in this because there's real money involved. So you are rooting for your horse. See, you're invested both financially and emotionally, which makes you excited about the outcome. Another advantage is that neither the manager nor the scholar has to stress about the skills of the scholar, or that they need to be good at the game, or that they need to get certain rankings, certain MMR. There's nothing like that in this game. Since this is just a win percentage based sort of game, some days you will get luckier, other games you will get less lucky. It just depends on luck. It's not your fault as long as you do the races However, this also stands to probably slightly change in the future, as they are planning to add more strategic decisions before and perhaps even during the race so that you can influence the outcome. This will include different armor parts on your horse, which will boost several stats on your Pegas, and as well as food items, which sort of aim to do the same. However, for the most part, I still think the game will stay largely automated and RNG dependent, and I believe that's part of the fun of this type of game. Another cool thing about the future edition of armor, food and such items is that they will also serve as a burning mechanism for this, and that will hopefully stabilize the token so it doesn't suffer the same fate as SLP in Axie Infinity. But we will know more information about that in the future, as the game still has a lot to offer that is not yet implemented in the game. So to give you a bit more information about scholarships, right now, on average, if you are a scholar, you can race a total of 3 horses, which at the current price of this would net you a rough estimate of $12 a day for just a 20% split with your manager. Obviously, these are all subject to change depending on the percentage split with your manager and the current price of this, and also your luck, so you could be earning a lot more than that or a lot less. But it's amazing to me that you could earn that amount of money for free every day just by clicking a few buttons and watching horses race. It doesn't take that much time or effort, and it is quite exciting when your horse takes the first, second or third place. So the races will always be between 12 horses, and only the top 3 will get rewarded with Viz tokens. The first place wins 105 tokens, the second 44, and the third 26. Now the other route you can take is if you don't have enough money to buy your own horse, or you just can't find a scholarship for free where you get a percentage split, you could rent a horse for 40 PGX for one day, which is currently the equivalent of $20. And you could hope that you get lucky and win more than your investment by racing your rented horse. So for example, just the other day I rented my own horse that I bought. I rented it to someone for 40 PGX, and that person who rented it from me actually took first place 6 times within the 25 races that he was allowed to take within the day. And this means that they actually won $44 minus the $20 invested to rent my horse. So they made a profit of $24 for the day. So obviously, if you're lucky and you don't have that much money and you want to have some fun, you could rent a horse and try to make a profit that way. Now obviously his result was atypical. They took first place more than the average. They could have lost money just as well, but that's the gambling side of the game, and it requires you to invest less money if you can't afford to buy your own horse. Again, this was all done automatically. They got my horse for exactly 24 hours and I got the 40 PGX that I asked for right away. I think this technology that the game simply came out with on release is one of the main reasons why I think this game is taking off right now, and why I believe it stands to become one of the biggest play to earn games of 2022. Because the truth is, their rental system and their scholarship system right now is second to none. Now for the third way of making money, obviously, is to purchase your own horse. So you could just go to their marketplace on Pegaxy.io, and on the right side you will have different filters to buy the type of horse you want. If you wish to get the cheapest ones, simply go to sort by and select price from low to high. Their prices are usually listed in USDT, and this is also known as Tether, and it's a cryptocurrency that is always equivalent to the value of an actual dollar. And if you want to purchase any of these horses, you need USDT on your MetaMask wallet in the Polygon Matic mainnet. To actually purchase a horse, you will also need a very small amount of Matic on your MetaMask account, plus the USDT value required, and then you can simply go ahead and purchase the horse you want. And the horses, or the Pegas as they're called in the game, are going to differ in pricing based on their bloodlines, rarities, win rates, and breed count. So you basically have 4 bloodlines. The rarest one is Haas, the less rare one is Campona, uncommon is Klin, and the most common one is Zan. These horses differ in appearance based on their wing design, and in the future they will continue to change and improve their design so that you can see even more clear differences between the 4 bloodlines. You also have 5 different rarities. The rarest are the founding Pegas. The founding Pegas were created and not born. The Pegaxy team created these 5,000 founding Pegas, so anything that comes after these 5,000 founding Pegas are created by players through breeding. I would say founding Pegas are the equivalent of mystic Axies in Axie Infinity, so if the game keeps rising in popularity, I can only see their prices increase. Then you also have other rarities like legendary, epic, rare, and pacer being the most common one. Now if all of this is confusing to you, here's how I can simplify it for you. The bloodlines, the rarities, none of that currently matters when it comes to racing your horse. The only thing that does matter is the win rate percentage, which you can check before buying a horse, provided it has been raced before. You will find that most horses have a win rate of somewhere between 20 and 25%. With that kind of win rate, you are expected to win an average of 5 races out of the 25 races you are allowed to play per day with one horse. So if you buy a floor price horse, meaning the cheapest one on the marketplace, it stands to do just as well and just as good as any other very rare horse when it comes to just racing. The only advantages that the more rare Pegas have are their difference in appearance, value in terms of collectability, and advantages outside of racing such as faster cooldown to breed and less time for a newborn to have to wait before it's able to do its first race or to actually start breeding themselves. So if you're simply looking to race or rent your horses, you can go ahead and safely buy almost any floor price horse and know that they will do just fine. When it comes to racing, there's really only one thing you should focus on, and that is their actual win rate percentage, because that will dictate the return on your investment. So let's say that your horse has about 20% win rate. So on average, you're expected to win 5 games out of the 25 that you're allowed to play for the day with that horse, with an average of roughly 58 vis per win, which brings you up to 290 vis per day, and that is about $20 at the current price of vis. Obviously, the price of Pegas will be heavily influenced by the current price of vis and PGX. These will always fluctuate, so there will be a better and worse times to invest in this game, but you know how crypto and play to earn games are in general. Everything is still new and very volatile, so invest only money that you can afford to lose. And do not take me as a financial advisor, I am merely presenting the facts as I see them when I'm making this video. Now another thing that I must touch upon is the fact that the Pegas are either female or male. And there's no difference in terms of their racing ability or rarity, but you need a female and a male Pega to actually breed them. So you're only allowed to breed a horse up to 7 times, and each time there will be an increase in the amount of vis required to breed them. This obviously is a great way to burn the token, and right now, like I said before, there's still a quite healthy relationship between the burned versus minted ratio between the two, as the amounts of vis you need to breed your horses are quite high and get significantly higher the more you approach the maximum of 7 breed counts. And to breed you also need a small amount of PGX. Again, this system is very similar to the one in Axie Infinity, so if you want to breed, it is probably best to buy virgin Pegas to get the best return on your investment. So you would have to buy 1 virgin male Pega and 1 virgin female Pega and start breeding up to 3 or 4 times, or at least that's the case for most Pegas. You have to calculate that on your own and see what would be the most profitable at the time. So to understand more about the outcomes that will be in terms of rarity, bloodlines and such, you should head out and read their white paper and consult the table. So to draw a conclusion here, ultimately with the horses you buy, you can do multiple things. You can race them, you can rent them for either a set fee or a percentage split, and again this is the equivalent of running a scholarship, or you could simply start your own breeding farm and get as many horses as you can. If your goal is to increase your stable, you will have to start renting out your horses and starting scholarships, as you will physically not have the time to race all these horses yourself. Again, this is very simple to do because everything is accessible and automated within the Pegaxy platform. In fact, as a manager, if you don't want to, you don't even have to go out there looking for scholars. You can just place your horse for rent on the marketplace and people will come to you. And if your goal is to simply race your horses to make this and make money that way, you can simply buy 1 or even 2 or 3 horses, but I wouldn't recommend any more than that, and just play the game yourself, because right now the return on investment is about 1 month as opposed to the 3 months in Axie Infinity. Again, this is something that is subject to change depending on when you're watching this video, but the game right now is on a clear uptrend and it has a highly undervalued market cap, so I can see it keep increasing, and I think the prices will still keep going up for quite a while. Now there's obviously a lot more to this game, but this was just an overview so you know what you're getting into. I will probably do more in-depth guides in the future, anything related to breeding or anything that you guys might be interested in. And thanks again for watching this video. Let me know in the comment section down below if you're actually playing this game yourself, or if you're planning to get into it. Also ask me any questions if you need help, and don't forget to subscribe as well if you're interested in more play to earn content. So have a great day and see you next time.